Hello, welcome to Storytellers. I'm Marcy, and this is Riley. We're here to talk about scary stories, real life experiences, and maybe a few conspiracy theories. This thing is, we actually don't know each other too well, funny enough. So everything that I'm going to be hearing today is like completely new to me. I think that's funny to think about.
Yeah. We literally, I didn't know your name until yesterday.
I didn't know. Well, technically, we did have that class together. I'm really bad with names.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, I actually didn't know her name till like an entire semester into high school.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Funny enough, my first story actually has a lot to do with her. I went to like a Catholic high school, and one of the requirements to graduate was we had to go on a religious retreat every single year until we graduated. But like the big one was the senior retreat, because they would bring us into the middle of the woods for 4 days with no electronics. Just good old Florida camping. Florida camping with alligators and deers and mosquitoes and frogs. Sounds amazing, right?
No.
No, I'm lying. I hated it so much. So we're like going on this like 6-hour bus ride. I don't actually remember where it was. I remember it's like a national park. So they drive us out. All of us are like carrying all this like shit on our back. I'm like getting tired. I forced my friend to like start carrying stuff for me because I had to bring like 3 bags. And this guy's like over here like hauling shit on his back. He had like tents and like backpacks and things in his hands. So like we set up all the tents, it's like normal. But like I said, we have to be there for 4 days, 3 nights. Hated it so much. And like on the first night, I was like already so done. They brought us to like one of the parks within like the park we were camping at. And it was starting to become like nighttime, because if I'm right, I remember this was during like the fall months. So it was like starting to get cold, but it wasn't like cold enough for it to not be hot. Because I like to say that Florida coldness is just not hot to other people. Mm-hmm. So like I'm like hot and sweaty, and it's like humid because it's Florida. And it's starting to become nighttime, and things are starting to become dark. And like people are like running around. I'm just like so upset because like I want to go home and take a good shower. And then we start hearing screaming from the woods. And I can't say it's human screaming. It sounds like a dog being strangled or something. And it was so weird. It was like, rah, rah. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And my friend, Kiki, that was the one I said I couldn't remember her name. She's like, do you hear that? I'm like, yeah. And like everyone's attention is like faced to the woods. We're all looking, and we just hear the screaming every now and then. And we're like, what the fuck is that? Because we know that the way that all the trees are, there's like trees for like almost an entire mile. Because when we had to go from our campsite to the park, it was like a solid walk, like 15 minutes, honestly. So what's in the middle of the woods screaming? And my older brother, we're in the same grade. His dumbass starts walking there. So I'm like, what are you doing? Stop walking there. I'm like losing my mind. And then him and all his friends, because I guess they share one brain cell on a good day, all start like walking to like the trees, and they're all like, let's go find it. Let's not go find that. Yeah. Like, let's leave that alone. Like, I hate being in the middle of the woods sometimes. Like one time my brother, like me and my mom, we were like driving back somewhere, but it was like late at night. And I guess she wanted to scare me because there's kind of a weird turn. It's kind of like a weird U-turn. And I'm like, Mom, I don't like this. Let's hurry back home because it's dark and it's like filled with woods. So her and all her love for me, she turns off all the car lights and starts screaming at the top of her lungs saying, what is that? I saw something. I got so scared.
Oh my God.
And then my brother was all like, oh yeah, we're plotting that against you. I'm like,
that's funny.
Why would you do that? I got so scared.
They were really plotting on your downfall.
Oh, they were plotting on my downfall. I remember like I started screaming. I was like, because I looked like an idiot too. I'm so happy I wasn't filmed though, because I'm telling you, my brother would never let me live that down.
Yeah.
He's so mean to me sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have like any like stories about like woods or like that, like wilderness?
Not. I mean, actually, yes. I grew up. So before, I know you were saying that you didn't grow up in Florida. You were originally from California. I'm originally from Michigan. And then I lived in Texas for a bit, and then I came here. But when I was in Michigan, we had like a big forest in our backyard, but we had like grassland before it. But there was a bunch of kids right on the like turn that we lived on, and when winter would happen, like there was a stream in the woods and it would freeze. Yeah. And this tree had fallen down one time and it was very slippery, and long story short, I fell off the tree and went right into the water, cracked through the ice, went into the freezing cold water, and was not good.
Did you ever read that book? Like, it was like Bridge to Terabithia, I think.
Bridge to Terabithia?
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Is that literally the story except you didn't die?
No. It wasn't like as deep. It was literally like tiny, like,
so like 3 inches of water.
Yeah, but it was enough that it hurt really bad. Bridge to Terabithia is actually one of my favorite movies because they made a movie too.
I only ever read the book.
The movie's so good. The book is great too.
I did see like a piece of the movie because it was part of like our 8th grade photography class.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to do like photography based off of that book, and then I read it. It was so funny because I like to do a thing where I don't do any work for an entire week and I'll like condense it into like one day. So I read the entire book in like one day, and like it was like 5 a.m. for me at that point.
God.
I'm like reading it. I'm like, she fucking died. Like I couldn't believe what I was reading.
It was so sad, and because we had to read it. I remember we had to read it when we were in school. Like our teacher wanted us to read it.
Yeah.
So we read that, and then we watched the movie in class. I was crying. Like in class. It's so embarrassing.
You know, kids' books can be so dark sometimes. I feel like that's not talked about enough. Kids' books are so dark sometimes.
They use like lighthearted little pictures and words to like make it seem not as like sad.
You know how like people have that conspiracy theory that like Disney will try to like condition kids to like stuff like that?
Yes.
You know what? We need to stop looking at Disney and we start looking at children's books. Children's books are so dark.
They really are.
Like, who let the pigeon drive the bus? Don't let that pigeon drive the bus. Don't do it. That's scary. That's frightening.
Yeah. It's so crazy.
I remember I also read Lord of the Flies my freshman year of high school. I actually did cry in that movie when Piggy died. I don't think it's a spoiler. That book is so old.
I've never read that book, honestly.
Lord of the Flies?
No.
It's like mentioned a lot. People actually use Lord of the Flies as like a metaphor a lot of times for like things that'll happen. Because basically a bunch of like young kids are stranded on an island. I think it's during World War II. And basically what happened is they have to survive because there's no adult. It's just kids. But then they start forming factions and distrust starts building. And in the end, one of the little kids gets killed by another kid because there's factions going on. And they're hunting wild boars and they're all trying to eat and live. But then they just start killing each other in the end.
Oh my God.
And I'm pretty sure at the end of the book the kids do get saved, but like Lord of the Flies is used like an anagram a lot.
Oh wow. I've like obviously heard about the book, but I did online school like through high school, so I never had to read it at all.
That's so lucky.
Yeah. Well, I like wanted to. It was after COVID, but like, and it was just easier with my schedule, but there was also a lot of stuff that happened in 8th grade that was like
crazy. Yeah. To be fair, I do a lot of stuff to myself. I do like reading books of my own and stuff like that. You know, something, because actually, funny enough, Lord of the Flies led me to this. Do you know what an incognito warning is?
No.
An incognito warning is basically a lot of stories is if you know about them, you are now susceptible to any danger that might come to you with knowing that. So after I read Lord of the Flies, I actually started getting into a lot of incognito like stories and stuff like that. I think one of the like most popular one is I think it's called like Rocco's Basilicus or something like that. And the whole concept is just an incognito warning, so I'm not going to talk about it. But I don't want to give you bad luck. I think I mentioned this once or twice. I sometimes consider myself a bit of like a black cat with like things that I like say and do, because black cats aren't inherently bad luck. It's just a shifting of luck, really. That's kind of why I always understood it. I have weird luck. I just have strange luck sometimes.
Yeah.
I've never actually come across a black cat on the street.
I don't think I have either.
I feel like there's such like a strange metaphor.
Yeah.
You know? Like a lot of superstitions and stuff. Do you have like a lot of superstitions?
I don't think so. Like, I used to have superstitions before, like, playing sports or things. Now I just kind of, like, go with it. because well, actually that's not true. I still have one.
Right.
I need to have my hair looking somewhat cute. Like I need to do a weird, like not even, it doesn't, other people don't even have to think it's cute. Like one thing I always do is bubble braids, but I do like, I'll do them like in my, but I'll like take like little pieces here and like I use like pretty rubber bands and like colorful stuff. And like if I don't have like my hair done, like I can't play in a ponytail or a bun. Otherwise I feel like I play bad.
That is very cute. That is actually very cute.
That's like my only superstition that I have. Everything else I don't care. But
yeah, actually, me myself, I actually don't have a lot of like superstitions. If I have a lot of superstitions, they're usually like Catholic related ones because my half my family is Mexican and they have a lot of superstitions. They go crazy sometimes. It's not really a superstition as much as it's a creepy object in my family. Because it came from my grandma, because my grandma bought my dad this Black Knight, and it's a music box. You turn it, it plays a little song, but there's a story that goes along with it, because of course there is. Mm-hmm. When my dad was a child, when he still lived in like that house in LA, because my dad also grew up in LA, he was like, I think he said he was either 7 or like 10 at the time, and what happened was, he was like walking through the hallway to like get to his room because he had like just finished brushing his teeth. But the shelf that my grandma kept this music box on, he said that he started seeing something come out of it. Have you ever seen like the image of a black hole, how light will twist around it? He said that it was a shape of a man coming out of like the shelf. Like it wasn't made of any matter, but he could see something around it was being twisted. And it just slowly made its way across the hallway and through the other side of the wall without interacting with anything. But he said he felt so scared he like couldn't move, and he just wanted to like cry out for someone for help, but he couldn't because he just couldn't even get himself to move the mouth. And when he went there, all that was like there was just the slightly twisted like music box with the Black Knight on it. And now I have it in my room. Oh, I love it though. No, it's so cute. It's so cute. My dad likes to tell me that it's like a good luck charm. The only reason like he ended up being safe was because that's there.
I would have thrown it away immediately.
No, you can't do that.
Do you believe in like ghosts and like spirits and stuff?
Funny enough, I don't believe in it. That doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of things I don't believe in, but doesn't mean I'm gonna intentionally try to like disrespect it or fuck with it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Native American folk tales that I don't particularly believe. Doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck around and figure out.
Yeah.
Like, you know how embarrassing that'll be? Like I'm just like some like arrogant asshole. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to the most fucking messed up place with the most horrible experiences and just disrespect it and see if I die.
Yeah.
And like, so what? I come back alive. No one will care. But like, imagine if I don't come back. Imagine if like you see me on the news. It's like Marcy was found fucking impaled on a tree. All her organs are missing. You know that like one TikTok sound? It's like her eyes are cut off. Her eyebrows are waxed off. That's like gonna end up like being me.
Yeah.
I mean, either that, I'm gonna like escape some horrible death somehow, and I'm gonna be permanently scarred for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like, imagine how boring that'll be if I'm just like so permanently scarred. Like, I just try to be like stupid. I go somewhere haunted, and like something happens to me. My friends are like trying to go to IHOP, and the entire time I'm just sitting there like, like I'm just permanently changed as a person. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of escaping death, one of the things, like, you know how I mentioned like a lot of stuff happened in 8th grade?
Yeah.
Something that happened. So I moved from Texas to Florida in between my 7th grade and 8th grade year. Mm-hmm. So I was at a brand new school in Florida. I'd been there 3 weeks, like just met everybody.
What part of Florida?
I live like right here, like in Lakewood Ranch. Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to Braden River Middle School, and I know, not good. But basically, there was a guy that I met when I was there, and he like, keep in mind, this was 3 weeks in. Like, I just started meeting everybody, like, and he was just in one of my classes. He sat next to me in one of my classes.
Yeah, it's like hardly a month.
Yeah. I didn't even know his name. I could not tell you. And he asked me out, and I said no. And then he kept asking me out, and I kept saying no. And then he got mad, and he told me he was going to spray paint the school. And I was like, oh, whoa, big boy,
Ooh, scary.
Because I was like, okay, that's not like that. Like, who cares, right? Like, oh, wow, so scary. But then that was on a Saturday, and he was like DMing me all of this. And then Monday I get to school, And I go through my normal day. He's not there. Like, he was in my first class, which is math, and then he's also in my last period class, which was like civics, I think. And I go to math. He's not in my class, and I didn't think anything of it. Like, I didn't think about it. I was like, whatever. But his best friend also wasn't in class that day. And I was like, but I still, like, didn't think about it. I just, like, knew they both weren't there because they both sat, like, next to me. And then I get to civics class, and I get called down by the assistant principal. So, like, my teacher's like, Riley, the assistant principal wants to talk to you in his office. No. And I was like, what? So I go down there, and basically he starts talking to me, and then he's like, can you call your mom? Like, we need to get your parent on the phone. So I call my mom, and she's like, what are you doing? You're in school. Don't call me. I was like, no, like, I'm in the principal's office. She was like, what'd you do? I was like, nothing. Like, and then he starts talking, and basically he says that the guy's best friend came in early for school today and, like, immediately went to the principal's office and said that over the weekend his best friend was texting him a bunch of stuff about how, like, I rejected him and how he's so mad and, like, this and that. And then he basically ended up saying that he was going to take his parents' gun and bring it to school and shoot me in the face. And my mom was like, what the fuck? Which, like, thank God for the best friend. Oh, my God. Which, like, but at the time, I was 13. Like, I didn't think anything of that. I was, like, grinning the eye. I was like, oh, my God, that's scary. But, well, no. He just basically told me, I think I got ahead of myself there. He told me there was a threat. Like, he threatened me or something. I had to go to the assistant district attorney, and that's where I found out he was going to shoot me in the face.
Oh, my God.
So I was, like, and when I got, like, subpoenaed to go to the, like, attorney. I was like, why am I getting subpoenaed? He threatened to spray paint the school. Like, this is a lot. And then that's when I found out he was doing that. He was like, oh, I'm going to shoot you in the face. I was like, what?
That's so scary.
And I guess he ended up going to juvenile detention because his parents, like, genuinely had a gun. And the cops, like, came to the school, took him. He was coming to school that day. And they took him out and, like, I never found out if he had the gun.
I'm happy
I don't
you're
know.
alive. That's so
I don't know
scary.
if he actually had the gun. I didn't find out anything. I still barely know anything. All I know is he then ended up getting released with, like, an ankle monitor. And, like, he has, like, now I guess there's, like, I can't remember what it is right now. Like, where they can't come near you.
Restraining order?
Yeah. So, like, that's, like, legal. I hope
that shit's getting followed.
I mean, that was literally in 8th grade, so, like, I haven't seen him since, so. But that was my, like, welcome to Florida, and I remember just being like, what is this?
Sorry that happened to you.
Well, and keep in mind, like, I came from, like, a school in Texas that was, like, very, like, it was a very big school, but it was, like, very chill, and, like, we didn't have anything. And then my middle school here, we had to go walk through metal detectors every day. There were security guards walking the school, like, walking the halls.
Did you have the clear book bags, too?
We didn't have clear book bags. I think they put that into my school the year after I graduated.
That's so funny. The year I was going to graduate, my 8th grade year, that's actually when they started making us bring, like, mesh or clear book bags because a kid brought a BB gun to school. And this wasn't a middle school. This was a K-8 school. Oh, I think it was one of the 4th graders. My K-8 school was really weird. I remember the biggest, like, scandal there was, like, a 7th grader tried to fight a 5th grader. What are you doing with your life? That's the big question.
What's the beef that you have with a 5th grader that you want to fight them?
I don't know. That like K-8 school was actually a little creepy within itself. I remember they had because it was actually in 3 separate buildings for some reason, like throughout its lifetime. I mean, like it went from one building to another building to that last building. But I remember in the first building, I was actually only in that first building like during the 1st grade, but they had a secret locked off room. And like I said, my brother is an asshole. Especially my oldest brother, he's so mean to me. So what he did when I was still in 1st grade, he said, Marcy, there's a haunted room in here. And I'm like, okay. He's like, you want to go check it out? Sure. So he took me up to the room and he started like flicking the lights on and off, trying to scare me because he's like 2 grades ahead of me. So he was like in 3rd grade. I remember I cried so hard. Yeah. So mean to me. I was a very adventurous child at the same time though. I remember one time I made this joke to my mom. Thank God I was not born anywhere in Nevada because I know my little sneaky kid ass would have tried to go to Area 51.
Okay, I want to go to Area 51.
You would want to go to Area 51?
Yeah.
What if there's aliens?
I get to see an alien. That's so cool.
If you saw an alien, you'd try to communicate with it?
I mean, I doubt I'd be able to.
But would you try?
Oh, 100%.
100%?
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Teen Titans?
No.
Because one of the main characters, Starfire, her thing is, like, to understand languages, she has to kiss someone on the mouth. Would you kiss an alien on the mouth to have them understand English?
Unfortunately, I don't think I'd go to that length. I don't know. Like, I feel like, do you think, you think aliens are real?
Aliens exist.
No, 100%.
I am not saying, I am so completely sure aliens exist.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, like, a full map of the universe?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even
It's
look at just our galaxy.
It's so,
like, it's huge.
It's so fucking big. There's
Yeah.
no way that we're the only things out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's so impossible. And I don't mind that. I'm actually quite chill with that.
Yeah.
I think that they're probably chill. Do you think you've ever seen, like, an alien?
Okay, I'm actually interested in, like, people. Did you see that one time everyone was posting about how, like, Miami had a giant alien around, like, the center? There's, like, that center, I don't know what it's called, like, there's, like, this big, like, it kind of looks like a stage or, like, a big cement block in the middle of Miami. And there was, like, everyone thought there was this huge alien, and it was everywhere. It was all over Twitter, it was YouTube, everything. And, yes, that right there. Cops were all around it. Like, it was huge.
Holy
and everyone
shit.
thought there was this giant alien. And then the news, everything about it on the news had then got deleted in, like, the days after. But then, like, now it's back. I don't know. But it was, and in the videos, you can even see, like, a figure. Like, it's a huge figure, like, walking through Miami. And there were so many cop cars, so many everything. And this was before, like, AI got to where it was. So, like, that's how you know, like.
Would you try to talk to that alien?
Probably.
You want to introduce the alien to, like, The Weeknd or something? I think aliens deserve to know about American hip hop.
That's what I think. Like, I don't think aliens would look like humans. Like, I feel like they would look so different.
Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna, like, look. I think they might end up looking a little scary. In all honesty, I'll get used to it. I look at my brother every day. I know how to handle scary looking things. I'm just kidding.
Crazy
I love
comment.
my brothers. I love my family. They look like me, therefore they're beautiful. There was another one too. So it was actually footage released by, I believe, like the U.S. Air Force, like official footage of fighter planes following a small pill-shaped object, and it outran them. And then they lost it, and then they found it again. I don't know how to describe it. I've seen the footage. Because have you ever seen, like, footage of, like a fighter plane, like, looking at stuff? Mm-hmm. Like, it scopes in, it, like, focuses on it.
Yeah.
And you can see the video. Like, it focuses on that pill, and it's, like, zooming around, and it's like outrunning this, like, fighter plane, and then it just disappears, and they can't find it. And I don't think I can understand how fucking fast that thing had to have been going for the tracking to lose it. Like,
yeah.
The plane is already going fast. So the fact that the pill looks like it's going fast while the plane's going fast is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
if you see two cars, like, going the exact same speed, if you're in one of the cars, it looks like the other car just isn't really moving. Mm-hmm. But if that other car looks like it's moving, that's because it's, like, going at different speed.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is this thing going so fast? Like,
Well, that's like, you know, the thing. What are they saying in New York? How there's, like, random objects in the air? Mm-hmm. People have been saying all that.
Yeah.
Do you think those are alien spaceships, or do you think they're, like, just some other random thing?
I think it's just some other random thing. I think, in all honesty, I feel like when I hear stories in extremely populated places about alien sightings, I believe them less than, like, rural areas. Have you ever seen, like, a full image of Earth and, like, how it looks when there's, like, a bunch of lights on? Because if an alien doesn't want to be found out, why the fuck are you gonna go to LA or New York City? Like,
Yeah.
Of course I'd go to Nevada. Like, I'm trying to chill there.
Yeah.
At the same time, who knows? Maybe these aliens do want to know about Kendrick Lamar and the Drake beef. Maybe they want to understand this American culture.
Yeah.
I don't think so, though.
I don't know. I think they have. Do you think they have their own drama? Like, do you think
Alien drama, Alien
drama
Drake and
exists?
Kendrick drama, that would go crazy.
Do you think they have like roast? Like, what? Do you think they had like a YouTube diss track era?
Oh my god, that would be so amazing. You know how there's like people like on YouTube and like other stuff will try to like condense and like explain like drama and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What if there was like alien versions of that? Like we figure out there's like alien YouTube and we're like looking at like alien YouTube and we're like the fucking downfall of Dreep Droop or something like that. that would be amazing.
Or they're like alien get ready with me's.
Oh my god, that would be so funny. They're like, let's do our eyeshadow. And it has like 18 eyes and it's like that would be very funny. People are very scared of aliens. I think the only reason I'd be scared of aliens if they come to hurt us, but I feel like if an alien has the technology to come all the way to Earth, they'd have the technology to fucking kill us all too, and they haven't done that yet. I'm still thriving. Not really, but you know, I'm here.
That's my thing too, is like there's so many people on Earth, and like if you have the ability to go through the universe, through the galaxy, onto Earth, and get all the way around the world to harm absolutely everybody, or even just the US. Like the US is huge. Like to do that, you'd have to have a lot of tech and be very, very advanced.
Yeah.
So like,
but if you spend all that time trying to find other living creatures, why would you destroy it?
Exactly. That's why I feel like if we as humans ever found other creatures on other planets, like I hope that we wouldn't be like kill them.
I feel like based off of human history of when other people find other people who don't have the same intelligence, nothing good will come out of it. I hope we're past slavery. I hope.
I would hope that
like
we
there's
wouldn't.
like a lot
it
of
would be cool to have like alien besties.
Yeah, alien besties. You know how like people are like going from TikTok to Rednote right now?
Yes.
And like people are like making friends from China and like trying to learn Mandarin. I feel like that'd be funny, but it was like with aliens, you know?
Yeah, like you can communicate through different like worlds and galaxies even. Like,
the Wi-Fi would probably suck ass, but you know.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
It'd be terrible. We might have to have like pen pals with aliens because the internet just doesn't work. There's actually a lot of media where like aliens enslave the human race.
Yeah.
Because I feel like humans assume that aliens are going to be bad as humans. Yeah. There's my friend actually introduced me to this thing called Alien Stage because like she's like a big like K-pop and anime fan, and the entire plot of it is that like aliens own humans as pets and like use them as like as entertainment, and they like force them to sing, and like if you can't win the competition you die. And like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if aliens would do that, but if humans would do that, I think it's a hard maybe, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I trust humans versus aliens. It's sad to say that I trust aliens more than humans. That's crazy, right?
I think the biggest reason like you could say that though is because like you don't have like a history of the aliens.
Yeah,
so like
because we're only familiar with ourselves, really.
Yeah. But I feel like if you got to see them, then I feel like if you even found out one bad thing that they've done, you would hate them more just because you don't want to constantly blame like yourself then.
Yeah. Some good old alien racism. Yeah. There's like some people like believe in like so many things all at once. You know, one day I want to meet someone who believes every conspiracy theory ever, because I think that would be hilarious. I want to be able to like talk to someone. They're like, I think the earth is hollow. I think the sky is fake. I don't even think the moon is real. I think the universe is a giant projection. I think ghosts are real, and I think aliens are real. Not because I think they're smart or I believe a single thing they're saying. I just think it would be so entertaining.
Well, I think it would be funny to hear how they explain each one is true.
Yeah.
While not completely disregarding the other while doing it.
I think it'd be very funny. There's so many conspiracy theories where it's like, is this a joke? I can't tell sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I first genuinely thought people who thought the earth was flat was a joke, but people like really believe that.
Yeah.
And it's like very funny. And like people are all like no one's ever flown around the earth before. It just costs money. Sorry. Like,
yeah.
I don't think you could, if you wanted to go around like the thickest diameter or like the thickest part of Earth all in one go, you wouldn't have enough fuel.
Yeah.
And at the same time, that'd be such a waste of money to prove something we already know.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point to like prove that to like a few people? And my dad told me this. People are gonna believe whatever they want, because a belief and an opinion are two different things. A belief is a lot harder to change than an opinion. If someone genuinely believes some outrageous shit, there's nothing you can say to change that.
Yeah. That's why, like, people who think, like, the moon landing was fake. Do you think it was fake?
That shit was real. Like, it was
That's what
real.
I'm saying, though. Some people think it's fake. I haven't researched either way. I'm going to be honest with you. I believe scientists majority of the time. Like, just because... I mean, I would like to believe that people who spend their entire career studying one specific thing aren't lying to everyone.
Yeah.
I would like to think that's true.
Think about how much money and resources they had to spend to fake a moon landing.
Yeah.
It's like, you know how much cheaper, because you know how people believe that the moon landing was like a filmed thing? Mm-hmm. Why the fuck would we spend the money to make a spaceship on a single movie worth of stuff?
Yeah.
Like, if you compare the price of, like, I think it was the Apollo 11 mission that was like the first one to successfully reach the moon. You know how much more that costs versus like one of my favorite movies of all time, Everything Everywhere All at Once? Those are like two different price ranges. Why would they want to fake the moon landing to waste all that money?
Yeah.
For what purpose?
Yeah.
And it's like, we have gone to the moon and into space several times at that. Why would we repeatedly want to waste money just to fake something? It's like, the government is lying to us. Government lies about us on more serious shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. You know, the government lies, NASA, but like NASA, why would NASA lie about the moon landing, you know?
Yeah. Well, so I saw something one time that I thought was so cool. Like, the first flight happened, and then 6 years later, they landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that so cool, though? Like, the evolution that quickly?
Like, that doesn't mean that anything's fake.
No, I know, but
like,
people definitely
how
use
about
that
we
as,
just
like,
say,
a way.
we're smart? You know, humans don't have to hate themselves. I think we're pretty cool every now and then. Every member of ABBA is still alive. That's awesome. I love me some ABBA.
I love ABBA.
We love ABBA here. Like, that's so cool. It's funny to think that ABBA both saw, like, did they see the first moon landing? I don't know. When did the first moon landing happen? But, like,
Fact check.
Fact check.
They died. The lead guitarist. Last year.
What? Oh my god. I thought every member of ABBA was still alive. This is so upsetting to learn about, but that's besides the point. Rest in peace. But yeah. And like, speaking of celebrities, you know, I think is also like the dumbest conspiracy theory? That dead celebrities aren't dead.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love to look at those. Sometimes I find them really funny.
They make no sense. They make no sense. I think the craziest one is like Tupac's not dead. Guys, come on.
Yeah,
let's accept some things.
That one I don't think is like. I think he's gone. But like,
he's gone.
Okay, there's actually one about Elvis, and this one. Okay, listen though.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to you.
This one
we listen and we
heard
don't
about.
judge.
I heard about, and I thought this was so funny and so cool. I don't know if I like fully believe it, but like I thought it was interesting. So obviously Elvis died, but basically right when Elvis died, a man was admitted into like a psych ward under the name of Jesse, I believe it was, and he's lived in this psych ward for like years now, and he's now claiming that he is Elvis. Like he's like, I'm Elvis, like I'm alive, I'm Elvis, and he's like. And basically, people think he just wanted to
it's like Princess Anastasia, but with Elvis. That's so funny.
But basically, Elvis. People say, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not fact check this myself.
Yeah.
But like, people say like, Elvis was born a twin, but his twin was a stillborn, and his name was supposed to be Jesse. So he went into the psych ward under his dead twin's name. And now he's like saying, no, I'm Elvis.
That is actually very, very funny.
Which is like, I heard about all of this and I thought this was insane. And I don't know, but.
Wait, is it true?
A stillborn. Yeah, Jesse was delivered 35 minutes before stillborn. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
That's all I've heard.
Yeah. There's, I feel like there's been like a lot of conspiracy theories where like blank isn't dead. I think, I think the saddest ones are usually Princess Diana theories. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
People say that Princess Diana was an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of believe that, and I do think that she's genuinely dead.
I think she's dead. I think it was an inside job.
I think we can all agree it was an inside job. There's a lot of things I think, like, people are like, yeah, it's probably true. Let's just not think about that, because sometimes we're a little powerless, you know. Man, I remember there was like a conspiracy theory that Juice WRLD didn't die.
Yeah. There's like always, though.
Yeah, you know, there's like the conspiracy theories like the celebrity isn't dead because they're in a cryopod. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think in all honesty, if there were like pods that would keep someone like almost immortal, I feel like a lot of millionaires would be in there as we speak.
Yeah.
I feel like they would have taken the chance earlier than later.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in all the conspiracy and drama that was going around a little bit ago about Beyonce, Diddy, and Jay-Z?
Is it conspiracy theory or is it just a genuine crime ring? Let's be honest.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I know obviously Diddy is terrible and he's, you know, but
baby oil.
Yeah. Like
Diddy parties.
But everyone thinks that Beyonce and Jay-Z and Diddy are like responsible for killing. They think they're
Aaliyah?
responsible for killing Aaliyah. They think he's responsible for killing Michael Jackson.
Let me say this much, actually. I don't think Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z were set up. I don't think they directly killed any of their celebrities, but I think it was very much so in their favor that a lot of these rumors went around and that they died.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Aaliyah's a lot better of a singer than Beyonce. I did like Beyonce a lot when I was younger. I fucked up some Beyonce. But when I listen to Aaliyah's music, like, it's such beautiful passion. She has a beautiful singing voice. She has a strong stage presence. And you can see how much, like, energy and emotion she has in all her music. And then she just died so young. And then you look at, like, Beyonce. You see, like, where she's been at. And don't get me wrong. She's worked hard, but, like, Aaliyah just outperformed her when she was younger. But Aaliyah's gone. Did you know that R. Kelly and Aaliyah were married?
No.
Aaliyah and R. Kelly were married.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still married when she died, but they were married for a time.
I knew that she was with Jay-Z for a little bit.
Yeah, was with Jay-Z.
She was with Jay-Z for a little bit.
Girl, get your priorities straight.
Yeah, I don't get that. But but they say how she died was like, because Jay-Z was like her, like, manager. Like her manager or something.
Yeah.
And then he like put her on a plane that was smaller than the one she was supposed to be on, and then it crashed.
You know the Jay-Z song? I'm pretty sure it's like She Knows, or not? J. Cole. The song She Knows, and it's talking about like Michael Jackson and Aaliyah and how they were probably inside jobs. And
yeah,
I think it's very sad that people lose their lives for money like that. I don't think people should lose their lives for shitty music, simply put. Like, come on, think about it. Like, I think several people can make music at once. I don't think anyone has to really die, especially if it's bad music, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay, Jay-Z, you're a subpar old rapper who's not as relevant anymore, and your music really only hits if you're trying to go down a lane of nostalgia and no one cares about you anymore. But, like, Aaliyah didn't have to die for that. I'm sorry she's timeless and you're not. You know, he did have that hit with Big Pimpin'. I do like Big Pimpin'.
I don't think I can name a single Jay-Z song. I also don't listen to rap. So
yeah, that's fair.
But
I do. Ooh, like rough looking.
No, you don't.
That's rough. Yeah.
No, but like, I don't think I could name a single Jay-Z song. I couldn't really name a single song by any rapper if I really set my mind to it. But
I think Jay-Z.
See, no, I know Jay-Z songs. I just didn't know they were by Jay-Z. That's the difference.
He does feature on a lot of music. I could name like a solid amount of Jay-Z songs.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those songs are good.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. People don't mention enough that one of Aaliyah's first albums, age is just a number. It's like, do people not talk about that? Are we supposed to not talk about that? I don't think I'm not getting what like we're trying to do right now. I'm a little confused. Yeah, I think it's really sad because there's a lot of people who've been like blacklisted because like they've spoken out against like these practices in the business.
Yeah.
And it's like, in all honesty, if there would be a way for people to fight back against these big businesses, stop listening to such popular rappers that make shitty music, simply put.
Yeah.
Like Drake, no offense. It's like, listen, I like a good amount of Drake songs. I think Drake pops off in like God's Plan. I love God's Plan. That was my absolute song, but like
Yeah.
certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Like, and if we want to take away power from a lot of things like this happening, we got to stop listening to them so much.
Yeah.
And it's not like there aren't artists to replace them. I remember I said this once to one of my friends, because they actually really like a lot of songs that have Diddy on them, because Diddy did discover a lot of like early artists. And they're all like, but these are such timeless classics. I'm like, there are other artists you can listen to. I actually got one of my friends on Outkast, because I actually introduced my cousin to Outkast. And then a little while later, I introduced one of my friends to Outkast. Do you know Outkast? Or not really?
I don't think so.
They're like they're like a
Maybe.
2-person group. They make some good songs. Have you ever heard Heya?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love Heya. I love that entire like Love Below album. They're so good. Yeah, and who knows? Maybe like I won't wake up tomorrow because I said all this. Yeah.
Thank you, Beyonce.
Thank you, Beyonce. Thank you, Beyonce. I do love Beyonce though. I can't lie. Lemonade. Ugh, I love Lemonade. I have this yellow dress that I'm like in love with. I like to call it my lemonade dress. And it's like, I feel like people need to stop dying for stupid reasons, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, why are we having like political assassination levels happening with celebrities? Because people want to top the charts. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
I
Especially
think
like
ego
what
is such a
you're not
crazy
making
thing.
enough money at number 2.
Yeah,
like,
ego is such a
really?
crazy thing. I'm happy that DJ Khaled and Tyler the Creator didn't kill each other. I'm happy for that. Did you ever hear about the Tyler the Creator and like DJ Khaled beef? Igor topped the album that DJ Khaled put out at the time, and DJ Khaled was salty. Yeah, I think they're over it now, but I don't know. But like at the time, imagine if like DJ Khaled paid someone to assassinate Tyler the Creator. Imagine how that sad that'd be. We wouldn't have Chromacopia.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know Chromacopia?
I don't listen to like any rap.
Yeah, it's such a good album. It's like his newest album he put out. He actually put it out on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
Such a good album. I stayed up till like 6 a.m. to listen to it, because like it was like 12. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to sleep for 6 hours. I just need to stay up to listen to Chromacopia. And people thought that Frank Ocean would come back.
Yeah.
My twin needs to come back. Frank Ocean has the same birthday as me. I like to joke that like I'm a reincarnation of Frank Ocean. I think those reincarnation conspiracy theories are really funny too. Did you hear like, I think it was a member of BTS who has the same birthday as the day Princess Diana died, I think. I don't remember who, but people like have a conspiracy theory that Princess Diana was reborn into one of the BTS members, which I think is very strange.
I think that's weird.
I think that's a little funny. I think it's crazy though at the same time.
Yeah. Do you believe in reincarnation?
Not really. That's more of a religious thing personally though. I don't believe in reincarnation. I think a lot of people do believe in like reincarnation theories. I never did. I think it'd be cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember like I made a joke with my friends. It's like, if you could go back like hundreds or like to the day you were born with all the knowledge you have now, what would you be like? Like my cousin sent me like a photo of like a very sophisticated looking baby dog. And I was like, this would be me. I'm like, okay, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what I believe in. Like there's so many different things
There's
with
just
it.
so
And
much
like,
to believe in. Yeah.
I don't know. I believe in so much. There's like a word for it, and I don't remember what the word is, but like I believe in like multiple different things.
I think there is a
forget
word for it of like you believe in a god, you just don't particularly follow any like kind of mainstream religion in a way. I think it's called, maybe it starts with a P.
I feel like it does start with a P, but I
Yeah.
don't. Well, because I don't know, because I believe in like reincarnation. I feel like I definitely know like ghosts are real, but I don't think ghosts are like evil. Like I consider like ghosts and spirits
a
like they could be
spirit?
good.
Yeah.
That's why like, and then I also think like I don't know. I kind of think heaven and hell could be real. I'm not super religious.
Have you seen like biblically accurate angels?
No.
You want to see one?
Yes.
Can we pull up an image of a biblically accurate angel? They're very cute. I think they're cute. Images. Isn't that adorable?
That's scary.
Can we make that image big?
That's absolutely terrifying, actually.
Because I forgot which passage of the Bible it was, but it explained an angel, and it said like it had like spinning wheels and eyes and stuff. You know, I feel like we don't. I feel like every once in a while you'll come across a really cool Bible story. I think they're really cool. My favorite stories, like the Tower of Babel, I think. Was it the Tower of Babel? Like they try to build up to heaven? Yeah. It's in it's in the New Testament. And then it got struck down, and people wonder if it's real. Same thing with like the Noah's Ark thing. People are like wondering if like a lot of these like biblical stories have like real landmarks behind it. I feel like it's kind of like Atlantis, but like for Christians, like trying to find like the Tower of Babel. Yeah. You know, it's like people that fell down to their own hubris. Oh, I love stories like that.
I don't know any religious stories. I've never been religious. My family we never grew up religious. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just don't know enough about it to like actually believe in anything, because I don't know what I would be believing in. Yeah, that's fair. I actually, funny enough, I actually wasn't raised to be super religious. I just became religious as I went through my high school. I was like, yeah, Jesus is a pretty chill guy. You know, he's really cool. There's also a lot of conspiracy theories of like where his like body went and stuff. Do you know that they keep dead pieces of old popes in the Catholic Church? I did not know that. Yeah, they keep the dead bodies, and they consider the dead bodies blessed. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a little creepy and a little scary when you like think about it, but like, you know, holy people, aren't they? Yeah. Not really all the time, but. Well, that picture up there just made me think about, you know how like King Tutskers? Why am I blanking on her name? No, Cleopatra. How she was like, no man will ever find my body. Ooh. And now like a woman is like the closest to finding it. Or maybe she found it. I don't know. But there was like a woman who was like searching, and now she's like. Slay. You know, I actually, Did she? Yeah. I never read the book. It hasn't been found, but she's like the closest to finding it. Yeah, I never read the book of The Death of Julius Caesar, but I'd want to. I think it's an interesting sounding story. Like I said, I love stories about hubris. They're so interesting to me. I feel like there's like a lot of like conspiracy theories, like I said, about like if a lot of these like ancient stories are like real. Do you think there's like any particular ancient stories that you think are like real? I don't think so. You don't think so? I don't know. Like off the top of my head, I can't think of any. You can't think of. Are you like not super familiar with like history and stuff? I know like basic history, but I don't like know much like. Didn't they like for a long time believe that the Battle of Troy was like purely fictional, and then they figured out that it was actually real? Like in the Odyssey class, we have an Odyssey class here, by the way, guys. I think it was like the first day they were talking about how they like excavated like the city of Troy, and for a hot minute some people debated if like it wasn't even a real place. Yeah, I think it's cool. There's like, you know, something I'm sad about is like how much history was erased in like the Latin Americas, because imagine how many more cool stories we would have and stuff. Yeah, one of my favorite like ancient things of like, I think it was Aztec culture. Do you know the dragon Quetzalcoatl? No. It has a weird spelling to it, but I think it's so cool. I want to know so much more about like the ancient world of like Latin America and like everything. Because imagine, you know, like how many wars Europe and Asia had during like before like written history and before they even came to the Americas. Imagine how much more we would have if so much stuff like languages and history wasn't erased. Yeah, we would have more conspiracy theories. Did you hear? Yeah. I think actually one of the parts of Quetzalcoatl's story actually has a lot to do with space, because they believe. Did you hear this conspiracy theory that like UFOs like came down to like Africa and stuff and like gave us like forbidden knowledge and stuff? Do you think aliens ever came down to Earth and gave us forbidden knowledge? I feel like if aliens came to Earth, they would have kept them. Like they wouldn't have let them go. They would have tried to trap them. Trap the humans? No, like humans would have tried to trap the aliens. And like before we like have like cognitive abilities. I don't know. I think the oldest city, like oldest recorded city is like Mesopotamia or something like that. Do you think in like a time before that when we were still like hunters and gatherers, like aliens came down to us, we're all like, you want to know how to make a really good pot roast? I feel like if pot roast was their first thought, I'd be very concerned. Hey, pot roast is delicious. Yeah, but like, I feel like there's other questions you could ask or talk about.
You know, I like to believe that like food is like the biggest sign of peace around these days. You know what can bring people together? Food.
Yeah.
You know, I had a professor once tell me there's two things that humans will always eat, and are two things people will always do, and that is have sex and eat food. Listen, that is what brings humanity together: sex and food. Yeah, it's crazy to say, but am I wrong?
Okay.
Am I wrong? Listen, people have to have sex for humans to continue to thrive, and there's like what 8 billion of us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
Like, have you ever been to like someone else's house with like a different food culture? This shit is so good.
Yeah. Well, like on my soccer team here, we have so many different people from different countries, and like we had like a little potluck. It was so good.
It was so good, I bet.
So good.
Yeah. Like maybe us Americans need to give like maybe we like tell Louisiana to make like the absolute peak perfection of like gumbo so we can give it to aliens so they can tell us like how to make spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever watched the anime Cowboy Bebop? It's like a futuristic world where like people are cowboys but they're going through like different like planets and stuff. I mean, Earth was destroyed, I think, in the plot. Like I said, it's one of those things where like it's so old, so if you watched it, you watched it.
Yeah.
But like, imagine if we could have something like that and all it took was a really good pot of gumbo, you know? Do you ever wonder if we're just like always like one step away from like totally changing our history? You ever think about that?
I try not to think about that.
You try not to think too existential?
If I start thinking about all that, I'm going to freak out. My anxiety will take over.
Your anxiety will take... That's kind of real, though.
I overthink enough things. I don't need to start overthinking that because then my brain will just never
I try to be an optimist. So. I think this is a really good way to start off. I think we've had like a good amount of stuff to talk about. So we'll be ending the episode here now. It was very fun to just say anything on my mind that was slightly scary or outrageous. Mm-hmm. My name is Marcy, and...
I'm Riley.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.